you asked me to come back to it, so I thought we'd do that on this stream. Let's go to the pirate ship and see what's what. So apparently the AI has been improved. There's been an update that's come out today. I think it might have even said based on feedback. Okay, we get it, Sarah. We get the idea. So I feel like we should go this way. So what's this? European old timers. Okay. I still have a welcome, Rawline. Hope you're doing well. Let me make that chat a bit bigger. I still have a. I don't like the way the difficulty is presented by having a slower car. I think it's also disrespectful to like the cars that are like on the right, that they're slower. I feel like difficulty should be separate from the car you're driving. The difficulty should be in relation to the cars you're racing. But let's do this one on the standard and see if it's any more difficult. That's the way to put it. Hopefully the stream is working. Let me know if all sound is working and everything. And we'll do a practice. We'll do a lap as well. Welcome, Janus. Wait. Oh. I really do think it needs a skip session button, but it sounds like it might mess things up by skipping qualifying. Thanks, Jesse. Is it good, the new update? Bruh. Well, we've just started, so we're about to find out. Rawline's got an issue with Aestheticals to Rally, FFB getting cut off. Ooh. That's unusual. I don't get that on my SimiCube. Welcome, Rob. No, not for me. Not for me. Are you... It could be some voltage thing with your Ace-Tech, potentially. On a belt-driven wheel, TGT F3 Torque 3. I'm not sure about the belt-driven. You might want to have a look at my review of the Thrustmaster T248R, because I think in there we have some GT settings. I feel like I'm sat so high in this rig. Well, my wheel, my wheel is definitely, my wheel deck has definitely got lower, 100%. Now my seating position is washed. What's going on? I think it's probably because the microphone fell, so I had to like put it further away, and I'm not used to having it so far away. Welcome, Howdy. Hope you're doing well. I think also I massively prefer the bucket seat in my GT Mega Prime Lite. What do you think about Lando being champion? It's pretty cool for me because I've raced Lando. I've been down to McLaren a couple of times this year and shot some cool content, so it's nice for me. I've done a lot more stuff with McLaren than I've done with Red Bull. So from a cynical perspective, it's fantastic. Well, let's find out. There are a lot of updates I could have done in this stream. Ren Sport's on an update. People want me to do the Ren Sport update. Project Motor Racing update. People want me to do that as well. iRacing. No one's asked me to do the iRacing update, but I'd be interested in the new Porsche. By the way, can I just say, like, the same things still apply to like my reservations about this power pack designed to replicate real racing, because I don't think it should be designed to replicate real racing. I think it should be designed to help people have a better racing experience. And this qualifying achieves nothing in that regard, because I don't have a ghost car. I don't have any guidance or instruction. Now, that's fine for me because I've done Nürburgring GP. But if I was new here, I mean, I suppose it's great for me because I can do, you know, I've seen, we've had so many sales of the G7 Beginner Masterclass in the last couple of weeks that I reckon are related to the Power Pack. Because what if someone's approaching this track like all wrong? You're not going to know why. So I would have liked to have seen more curation. Welcome, Bones. Hope you're doing well. Everyone smash that like button, by the way. Smash the old like. Oh. Do you reckon any professional driver does that in real life? Just forgets which layout they're on? Oh my god, no, 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 come on, come on, come on, come on. That's true, but that's true on Circuit Experience, yeah. But then there's no guidance here. It doesn't say like, oh, go check out the Circuit Experience first, or here's a link to get to Circuit Experience. Still too hot. And I guess you could have driving line on and all that stuff as well. My point a little bit is that it's actually easier to learn online because you can use ghosts and etc. Did update if it's track limits in the Aston Marina, we can have a look. Welcome, Spaceman. I feel like the next generation of sim racing titles should be about helping people become a faster driver. Rather than, like, I think, you know, the games all look great and the cars sound great generally and stuff like that. That's where I see the frontier. There are no track limits. Okay. They've gone full Lewis Hamilton. Right, where do I break it then? There's no track limits in Power Pack either, right? Oh no, god dear. Okay, let's see how that does. By the way, I just cannot really get comfortable in my rigging. Like, I'm pretty sure my whole thing dropped down. Hang on. Welcome, Reside. I think I'll get used to it. So, right. How's that looking so far? Couple seconds on. Also, I think I just feel like they need more difficulty settings for the Power Pack, like a proper single player campaign. It's like, you know, what do you want? Ultra hard, like, you know. Welcome, Black Chris. Well, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. F1 season done for a bit now. The content continues though. The content continues. ASMR, I think you're too focused on semantics. DLC for Lawless. Yeah, I'm definitely quite in the weeds on these things, but that's why I do this channel, because I like assessing things and really thinking about things. I like the livery on the third car, it's pretty cool. You hate putting rigs together. Yeah. I'm thinking about changing this just for a prime light, to be honest. And doing something different with the monitor. Right, welcome Demigod as well. Should we fast forward this? Like, also, I think I'm too focused on semantics. I am focused on semantics, but have a look at this field spread. Like, how can you have P10 doing a 2 minute 19? What? This is stupid. Like, I just say it how it is. If I like stuff, I say I like it. If I don't like it, I say I don't like it. I don't understand. I'd rather have... I'll say it again. I'd rather have, like, 5 difficulty levels, and the field spread in each of those difficulty levels is quite narrow. You know, like, maybe for someone who's doing a 2 minute 19 lap time around here, I think they're going to have a better experience if they can choose a difficulty setting where, like, the field spread is around that. You got the Prime Light, yeah. So here I've got a GT Mega Prime and I've got a Track Racer Monster mount integrated onto the Prime. JB's been playing a lot of Rennsport lately. You got all 3. Far too light, so we have passed to get new cars exclusive to the pack. F1 need AI scaling. Right. What's your take on the force feedback? This feels quite heavy in the 255. Is it 255? That's what it is? The Alpha? I used to have a Scalextrics car of this when I was younger. I think I had this and I had the Audi. But I always loved the Alpha because it's so red and, like, raked. Max lost the Empire. Go check out my videos on Formula Fan TV. So the other thing is, like, so here I've qualified 2 seconds faster, right? Now you might say, oh, I should have taken another chili and gotten a slower car. But I don't know, like, I don't think anyone voluntarily takes a slower car in anything normally. Now I'm going to do the race and I should be 2 seconds that faster. If I went karting and I was 2 seconds that faster for whatever reason, I'd be like, oh, I'm not really going to get pushed here. But let's see. Okay, we got the weather. Demi got your T598 last week. So much trouble with oversteer. Is it because you're used to more resistance or something? So presumably I can change my tyre, right? Okay, so she's recommending that we start on hard tyres. Let's do that then. Start on hards. Oh, is T598 not good after update? Oh dear. We'll have to try it. RPG player. I think there's a bug with the big willow race, extremely hard. Okay, let's try that one next. Which path is that in? They capture the headlights so well. The headlights are just... I can't tell you how nice the headlights are. Ooh. Look how grey it is. It's like it's literally like it's grayscale. I like it. Very moody. That's a great livery on that. The blue Gran Turismo livery, I like it. I feel like they should definitely have stewarding. Like they give you in-game messages like who's in the lead. So I feel like they could give you in-game stewarding and be like, oh, you've got a half-second penalty for that, or no more. The stewards have warned you. Oh, look at that backfire. They race us so hard. Not sure if there's a massive difference. I have to say, from an emotive perspective, this looks absolutely incredible. Like the color palette, the red lights on the back of the Alpha ahead, the blue livery they've gone for. That we all understand why they've gone for that blue livery. It just feels fantastic. The little bit of spray coming off as well. The other thing is, right, I'm not convinced the AI take very good lines. Now, we'll have to reserve judgment here because in the wet, so like, you know, because I'll be taking wet lines. But I don't think they take very good lines. Stunning game. Oh, I'm sliding! Do we have damage? Oh, they're all going to come in. But my lady said don't. Oh, whoa. Sarah! Oh. Ooh. Are we going to regret this, chat? Are we going to regret it? Oh, no. They're all going to come out the pits and overtake me on this lap. I've just got to hope they're going to box again, right? So the scenario is quite interesting. The scenario has had a lot. Obviously, I know that I felt that the cars have a lot of work on them with the custom setups, but you can see here that the scenario feels very nice. The annoying thing is, all they need to do in the game is allow us to share scenarios, and we'd have way more of this kind of gameplay in GT7, right? Yeah, Sarah is a secret agent for Red Bull. They're all on the inters, so we go to the rain. Oh my days. Sarah's done us up like a kipper here. You'd have the mini rave. Maybe we should start using wet lines. Yeah, it's a great point. If it requires you to restart, it feels a bit cheap because they do that entry fee. I know the entry fee is actually irrelevant, which is another contention I had, because they give you 5 million credits and then they charge you like pennies for entrance fees. Like, what's the point, really? But it might grate with some people that if you have to do trial and error. Well, I also can't restart this race, which seems like some mad artificial like hindrance. But you believe they've loosened up the grip? Have you been trying, Rooster? Well, we did brake on the inside line previously. Ah, the grip's coming back. The grip's coming back, everyone. The grip's coming back. But again, this does feel like a little bit like Gran Turismo Smoke and Mirrors, which is like, rather than having good racing AI, let's just like place them somewhere different, like have environmental effects happen. It's interesting, if they pit again, and let's say I had wear on my tyres, that'd be quite interesting, because then they'd come out on fresh tyres. I've always found short shifting this game. What racing game has the best AI? I think the Le Mans Ultimate AI is quite good. I enjoy racing it. I mean, best AI is a bit subjective, because technically best AI, so like which AI is the fastest, but that has no relevance to like being fun to race against. I like racing against the iRacing AI, because when I'm testing equipment, I'm often on iRacing, and I enjoy that. But it's like more rain in 2 laps. Okay, so we're 9 seconds off Gallo. It's a bit greasy now, but see a dry line. They're going to be getting a lot of wear on their tyres. Again, would you expect Sophie to be going on to the wet stuff here? Because if I was racing GT World Series and it was critical, I'd be keeping my tyres cool there on the wet stuff. Oh, thanks, Lacquer. Apparently you can vote every day. Apparently you can vote every day, everyone. So please feel free to vote for me. So Valeria with a 208. Whoa! Ended up on the wet stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, that's a huge... So there's a massive wet patch here. That's quite realistic, braking on that wet patch and going sideways. And it's raining again. I can't help but feeling I might not be on the optimal strategy here. I don't want to go all full Max Verstappen on the radio, but I feel like we could be on a better strat. Why does your daily driver have 600? What, my RCZ? I think the RCZ's got at least 1,000 horsepower. Just start on Inters, never pit. I have to be honest as well, like, let's say you're taking this really seriously, it's going to be a bit irritating that the in-game advisor says, like, oh, just start on dry tyres and don't worry about it. And then, clearly, like, you should actually probably start on intermediate tyres. Is a bit confusing. Have they changed this scenario, but not changed the voice over or something? Imagine being in a first-person shooter and your advice like, oh, let's go in through this door. And you end up like going into like a maze of like 10 minutes of like where you can't progress anymore. You have to reload an old save. You'd be like, that's a bit weird. Anyway, I did like braking on that wet stuff and then going sideways. That to me felt quite realistic from my karting. Just when you immediately brake and you're immediately like, oh no, I can't save this. That's gone immediately. UK can't handle 1,000 horsepower. Depends where you are. See, I'd like to see more scenarios based on that, where like there's a very wet, where the normal racing line is extremely wet, and therefore you have to kind of go offline to brake. That'll be super cool. Yeah, is that they should unleash a community on these. Like, the tunes are so good. By the way, this shows what a missed opportunity there's been in Gran Turismo 7. I did say this in day one, where they should have just made the tuning sheets shareable. And someone asked Kaz about this, and Kaz said, "Oh, I want people to write it down with pencil and paper." I was like, "Mate, we live in 2022." Back then it was. We live in 2022. No one's going to use a pencil and paper to share tunes anymore. But if they'd done that, we'd able to have great tuners in the game, and people would have a better experience of the game. Because like some of these cars tuned, it's hard to tell with this one because it's in wet conditions, but some of them with the tunes are like unbelievable. Have they fixed lobby crashing? I'm not sure. I never got to try that actually. Wow, look at the sunrise. Or set, I don't know. One of them. They're not oh, they are boxing! They are boxing, but... which is kind of ridiculous, to be honest. That's just terrible strategy. That might get me a couple more positions. They'll appear at the edge of the pit lane, won't they? They're appearing now. The G10 Power Pack improved force feedback. It's the worst on consoles. Are you a massive Project Motor Racing fan? Project Motor Racing shill spotted. We in no way deserve to be in P2 here. This is a very weird, like, artificial race. Where, like, everything has gone wrong for everyone. We've ended up in P2, but there's no merit to this whatsoever. No worries, D-Mark. Thank you, I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for sharing your message in the chat. Very nice. Imagine if they printed for new inters. So does Serrano stay out then? Welcome, D-Mage. You would be P1 without the crash. Yeah. To be fair, that was quite exciting. That was quite exciting. I like that. Luckily for the power pack, it doesn't really matter whether we finish first or second. Or I do like that about the structure. I like the idea with the power pack that you don't need to finish first to progress. I think that's really cool. But I'm kind of it's been an enjoyable 13 minutes of my life because a lot has happened. So I haven't improved as a driver, but it's been a really fun 13 minutes actually in the context of this race. It's been more fun than probably a standard career race in Gran Turismo, like a weekly challenge one. Get less stars though, yeah, but honestly, like, who cares? Because don't you choose whether to redeem your stars or not? Would it have been fun without chat interaction? For me, no. I don't normally, unless I'm reviewing stuff or I'm streaming, I'm probably not doing single player. I like being online. But that's way more fun than the Project Motor Racing career race we did, limited ones. 5-star roulette available. Don't mind if I do. Nürburgring. Oh, only 2 laps. Only 2 laps of Nürburgring. Okay. Let's do this one no quali. Oh, let's drive the 296. Haven't really driven it much. Let's drive the 296. See, this is the thing, like, again, let's say we do this race and we win by a long margin. Let's say, for example. People might say, oh, you didn't do it on the hardest difficulty. It's like, yeah, but I'd rather drive the brand new for Gran Turismo 296 GT3 than the R8. My ideal situation would be driving this and having a harder difficulty. So, Def says, "Hey Kireth, WhatsApp going on? What's happening with WhatsApp? Where game brought a complete new cockpit, now I'm struggling. Let us know. What were you on before? What have you upgraded to?" I should have. I say the replay. We can check it after. We can check it after, everyone. So I'm gonna skip quali in this one because I don't want to do a whole lap. I don't want to do an out lap and then a quali lap. Who's with me on that? Or am I too Gen Z, like impatient? I'm too like short form video brained. Or should I be like, no, you should do 59 minutes of quali? Like, what do you think? Sean just got confirmation of my DD Pro. Very nice. Did you get it on Amazon or from Fantech? Because Amazon I would have expected a lot quicker. To me, this makes it more fun because now I've got to get past 20 on 19 cars. But this is why I don't have the right mentality for. And also here they should allow you to do the cut through, right? Because in real life you do a cut through, don't you? So because of Gran Turismo's inability to code for the cut through, it's going to take another 8 minutes off your life to just do an out lap. Now, again, maybe that's the whole point. Maybe that's the whole point, but I've never once looked at sport mode and gone, you know what? I wish we all had to do out laps. That'd be a lot of fun. Although in GT World Series, don't you have to do out laps? So in daily race qualifying, you don't do out laps, but in GT World Series, you have to out laps, don't you? Because GT World Series puts you all in the pit lane. Am I correct? I appreciate the added immersion of Sarah wearing a headset when you're on track. Those small touches, right? Those small touches. We're thinking of AI now. I need to race him here. Let's see, because we'll race him at Nürburgring. If they had tyre temps, that lab makes sense. Yeah, waste of time, as they say. This is a waste of time. By the way, who watched my interview with Marco Mazzarusso at Kunos? Like, just honestly, I could listen to that interview all day long. This is a waste of time. This is literally a waste of time. Oh my god, the people that go over, there's going to be a whole load of overtime as well, right? Serrano's on it. Serrano's on it right now. DJ Mark, what do you think of the pre-selected cars and the fact they don't let you use and tune your cars from the garage? I think it's like, it's both. I have an issue with it both ways. I have an issue that you can't use your cars from your garage here because, you know, I bought my car in real life that I drive because I like driving it in Gran Turismo. So I literally bought a car in real life because Gran Turismo let me drive it around the place, and now Gran Turismo doesn't let me drive that car in this. But also equally, I would love to drive these tuned cars in the rest of the game. I skipped the quality of the race long enough to win. Yeah, too much. I don't care about the cash. I've never cared about the cash. If it was more stars, then maybe. Why did it not give you more stars for doing more difficulty? You, Sophie, will defend even if many laps down. I like it. Aggressive, attritional Sophie. Welcome, Graham Games. Good to see you. How's the G Pro going? I was down at Logitech on Tuesday. I was down at Logitech on Tuesday, chatting with them. And I have some ideas of things I'd like to do. So definitely join us on our Wednesday live streams. So are these all the last lads coming through, or have I got to wait for Coco Lopez and co? No. It's dead. The Logitech G Pro is dead. That's big news. Oh my goodness, what's happened? Let me know what's happened. Right. Let's see here. That's a big old spread, isn't it? So, do we try? Let's not trust Sophie this time, or Sarah. Let's just see. What's the radar saying? This topographical map. Okay, so we're good. That's a big spread, but I don't think the cars are going to be that spread in reality. That's my hunch. Oh my god. Don't tell me we've got to go through 20 cars. Sometimes this game, man. Star Fury, I hate having to see each car on the grid before the race start. DJ might love my RS 50 RS pedals. I'm thinking of doing something. So maybe I might be able to find a way to get you to enjoy them even more. Graham is stuck in the 3-dot startup mode. I'm waiting for customer service. Okay, so have you tried it on... This is the first time I've heard something like this. I'm very interested. Have you tried connecting to a PC? Ooh. Bit of wheel spin. A little bit of wheel spin there. Whoa! This is nice. I like this. This is nice. I also like the Sophie experience where you don't have the emojis. Oh my god, so sorry. I do apologise. I do apologise. I forgot which letter on. Yeah, I wonder if it's like a G-Hub thing would detect it or something. I know, I'm very intrigued to see what their support is like. Very, very, very intrigued. They won't know that I'm observing this. I've got eyes on it. So keep updating me on how that goes. Because I'd hope and expect they would fix it. For such an expensive piece of equipment. Project Motor Racing, that car is not backing out for no good reason, and there's a massive crash. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa! No way, clean around the outside. No way. Come on, still on, still on, still on. Oh. Oh, brother! Why didn't they just use Bop? I don't know if it's Bop or... Is that new on the outside, or is that they've got the big championship spec on the environment? There's the Mazda. Interesting. Interesting, Graham. If you have a mate with a laptop or something, I think it would be worth trying to connect it and seeing what G-Hub says, but it's always an interesting thing with these console wheelbases, which is what happens when there's an issue, and they're obviously for use on console, and you can't expect people to have a PC. That's literally why they're buying it. Yeah, we're thinking of a way to make the RS50 even better. To kind of make it like a G Pro kind of like light, but we'll have more on that soon. Yoink. Nice. 6 seconds now. Just a leisurely stroll in the countryside of the Eifel region. Have a look at the little curb on the outside here. There's a little bit there. See that? In iRacing, you need to plant your wheel on that. You have to be so precise. In GT7, there's a lot more margin. Right, they're the leaders, I guess. Yeah, let's see what they say, Graham. Let's see what they say. I'm very, very interested. Woo, thank goodness for that. I don't know what the manufacturer warranty is, if it's 12 or 24 months, but in the UK, it should be fit. It should be just fit for purpose. So, for example, I had some Meta glasses that broke when I went to Le Mans. It rained and they broke. And Meta were like, "I'm not going to replace them," and I said, "Aha! I'm a citizen of the United Kingdom. You shan't replace his glasses," and eventually, they were like, "Okay, cool, Ray-Ban will replace them." And I didn't pull any I'm a big influencer. I don't do that. Maybe I should. Woo! Oh my god! Oh my days! Oh my days! Hey! Whoa! It's 24 months. Okay, so you're in warranty. You're in warranty. You're good. You're good. So what I hope doesn't happen is that we just blow past them on the Dottinger Her. Nice. The racing is garbage. I think it's been fun. What do we think, chat? I think that's been a fun lap, overtaking like 17 cars. Got to think, for me it's like karting, because you've got to think, where am I going to go? Inside, outside, put the pressure on, got to think on the fly. Come on, more power, more energy. Into the beer garden. Whoa! Why is hood cam so popular in GT7 compared to the Sims? I don't know. I drive hood cam whenever I can. I just like hood cam. I've given the reasons for this in my camera video, why I like hood cam and why I think it's actually quite realistic. Oh no. Oh no. We declined to brake. Get out of the way, cone! This is beating up. Well, it sounds like your issue, sir, is with the Sophie 3.0 AI, which Sony have said is the world's most advanced AI agent. So I think that's where I recommend you direct your criticism. Whoa, brother. Hello, Mark. See, the weird thing is, I've raced Jose Serrano, aka Josetti. I've raced him online in Gran Turismo. So it's a bit of a, like, is this a substitute for racing Josetti? No. Just trying to work it all out. Has he got something written on his windshield, or is it on the back? What does it say on the back of his windshield? That's crazy graphics. I can see there's something written on this thing. I actually feel like just kind of chilling behind Josetti for a bit. It's more fun looking at the rear end of that Ferrari. Oh, so Josetti, I'm so sorry. But you snooze, you lose, bro. Happy birthday to Mark in the chat. 25th birthday. What have you got? Any birthday presents? Any birthday presents or not? Because you're so close to Christmas. Whoa. Oh no. You can't adjust seating position. No, you can't. Use PSVR 2. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend driving for more than an hour in PSVR 2. Take it off, get a glass of water, go again. Oh my god, oh my days, oh my days. What a save that is. What a save. I was sure I was gone. It's the trap, bruh. No real racing happens. You just trade positions, but not from... We've overtaken 19 cars, bro. We've overtaken 19 cars. Also, oh my days. Have you seen the recent Nürburgring 24-hour races? With the likes of Estre, Van Toor, they've been insane. Van der Linde. A gift card for Fortnite. Whoa. You're getting some Fortnite bucks. What are they called? Epic bucks or something? F-bucks? V-bucks? V-box? If this was real life and you were in first place, all the marshals are looking at you like, that guy's a G. That guy's really good. Like, you have the respect of the marshals. He's not going to cause any problems today. He's not the one we've got to worry about. V-bucks. They should call Gran Turismo credits G-bucks. I've been using... You helped me to use it on PC. Oh, very nice. You got the adapter. What are you racing on PC then? By the way, we do have quite a bit of tyre wear. I just want to alert everyone. Get that assist off. Which assist? ABS. Whoa. Use PSSR. Yeah, I'm literally on a PS5 Pro. You don't have a choice whether you want to use PSSR or not, by the way. Have a look at my video when I compare the graphics. I'm like, actually, the PS5 has better graphics for GT7 in some circumstances than the PS5 Pro. And I was surprised that no one else said this. Maybe they weren't allowed or something, but have a look at my video. LME in race room. Whoa! Digital Foundry agrees. Yeah, but Digital Foundry, didn't they say that the PSVR 2 was like 4K? And I was like, that's so misleading. If you tell people this headset is 4K, people are going to expect that it's going to be the same when you play GT7 in 4K and put the headset on. It's not like that. Anyone who's got the headset can tell you it's not like playing in 4K. So I thought that was irresponsible. And I called them out on it. And then they did a video on how GT7 was better in PSVR 2 on PS5 Pro. And I was like, it doesn't feel like it's better that much. So I actually put a camera down the lens and we saw some interesting things with the interpolation. And I'm pretty sure their one, they didn't have a camera down the lens. I might be wrong. But I don't know how you can make a video on PSVR 2 and not, like, at that level and not put a camera down the lens. Anyway, I might be wrong, but that was my thought. Anyone who's actually a racer knows the main thing Gran Turismo needs to do with PSVR 2 is have a custom HUD that shows you the intervals and stuff like that and the tyres people are on, and also have a one-button HUD on and off. Like everyone who actually knows that. So if someone who's allegedly an expert reviews Gran Turismo and PSVR 2 and doesn't say that, I automatically know that they don't really know what they're talking about. As harsh as that might sound. Because you can't do strategy races in PSVR 2, really. That kind of annoys me about like experts, so-called experts, who review like a million different things. Like today they review a VR headset, tomorrow they review like a phone or whatever. It's like, I know you don't know how people are going to use this. That's why LMU is great, perfectly compatible HUDs. Yeah, I do like LMU in VR. It's just about performance. Another screw, yeah, you can put it on the MFD, for example. Ah, right. So 16-minute race. So we didn't. I don't think we lost anything by not doing the quali. What's up with Matt Cowland? Yeah, we did a time trial event, and we found it better with it on. So. Matt Cowlard is about to explode. It's gonna be like that scene in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. They got the full Bilstein livery. Bilstein. So our fastest lap was... I mean, that whole screen doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest. So we're basically a minute faster than Travis, Mr. Pastrana. Thanks, Blacker. And I think that means that we've potentially unlocked, or maybe we have to pay for some stars, but maybe the proper endurance race. Ah, yeah, okay, so there's big... Ah, okay, so we'll go get 900 stars. Oh! Oh! A secret event appeared, chat. A secret event appeared. But we need more of those stars. What's really annoying is that if you don't redeem those expire, which is so weird. Okay. So that's done. Laguna Seca, Alsace Village, Tokyo, Tsukuba. It's a bit weird how that one gives as many stars as that one. That doesn't make sense to me. Like... And also, I feel like this has... the harder ones have to give you more stars. Okay, let's do this on the hardest one then. You running easiest level? No, we're running the hardest level. Do AI feel improved? Not really. Do we think PMR make a crazy comeback? No, I don't think so. Welcome, Larry. Right, we'll skip this again. We'll do 8 laps from the back. See what happens. Thanks, Flacker. Yeah, do, if you are enjoying the stream, do absolutely destroy that like button if you're yet to deploy your like. Not on Ring Race. Yeah, well, unsurprisingly, I wanted to drive the Ferrari 296 at the Nürburgring, the brand new car in the game. I didn't want to drive like the 7-year-old Audi R8. Oh my days, that field spread already. The thing is, for me, it's like I don't intrinsically mind the rabbit chase. As long as it's exciting, I quite like having to overtake cars. Let me put this really clearly. If I'm racing online in top split and I qualify P2 and I stay P2 the whole race and we're in like a train and I'm having to defend and everything, that is massively enjoyable for me. That's like really, really, really enjoyable. To do that against the AI, I don't think I would find the same enjoyment unless Sophie's very good, which I don't think it is. So here I would get more enjoyment than that by starting from the back and overtaking. No VR update. What are they doing? Also, I think the GT World Series should be in VR. The real events. Did she just say that we're odds on to win? She knows. She knows what we're about. It's such a Gran Turismo thing to make this unskippable. We should put an unskippable ad in the stream when it goes to the starting lineup. I agree, Rob. I agree. Right. Good luck, Vatka said. Let's go for it. Yoink. Woo. I'm confused. I hate starting from the back. Yeah, but I would rather... So the point I'm trying to make is I would rather race online in Gran Turismo 7 if I'm going to do that than just stay P2. Like, for example, let's say in that Nürburgring race, if I'd qualified, I would have qualified on pole, right? So let's say I qualify on pole and I do 2 laps by myself at the front and I win the race. To me, I've achieved nothing. Like, I don't know how far... I wasn't being pushed, I don't know how fast to drive, etc. If I race online, at least I know I've beaten real people doing that, and I'm like, yes, out of those 20 real people or 16 real people, I was the fastest. Whereas here, these are not real people. It's all like a bit of a illusion, this AI, because they could just run the optimal line and a car that's like the same tune as mine and race optimally, and I wouldn't be able to match them. So they're all being like degraded in terms of their performance to make it more exciting. And then, confusingly, I'm also being in a slower car here as well, to also add to the difficulty, which I think is a bit bananas, but there we go. So therefore, I'd rather at least try and overtake cars, because to me, the idea of an overtake is always exciting, because that's where I have some agency. This is the most difficult setting, mate. This is like 5 red chilies, what we're on right now, and we're starting from the back. It literally does not get more difficult than this. Get out of the way, pal. Ideal, well, qualifying should determine safety level. Then exactly, and also I think that's what Forza does. Isn't that what Forza does in terms of like you can choose where to start on the grid for get extra credits? You get a battle from this. Yeah, exactly. I think Rob gets it. It's like this is more fun to me than starting at the front in an AI race. And also, if I mess up an overtake and hit someone, I'm not ruining a real person's race as well. So I can experiment with more overtakes here. I can't quite read the whole comment, but this is definitely on max difficulty, this race, and we'd start from the back, so see what we can do. That line from KIRETH'S also makes no sense. I'm not convinced by the lines that the AI take. But let's keep an eye on that. He doesn't need to go defensive from me. Look how slow my car is in a straight line as well. Like, that's a very poor difficulty mechanic to just make my car slower. Bats out there. He should be all over the curb like this. Look at this line. What's he doing with that line? That's such a slow line. Look how much we're going to gain on him. So I don't understand what the AI is actually teaching us here. I don't mind that, like, you know, hitting the brake in the middle and getting oversteer, but if you want to teach people how to drive, like, at least the line has to make sense. Dan agrees, okay. I think we can try and get a P2 here. The funny thing is, like, you can see there's when they create the track, they put rubber graphics on the track to represent like a driving line, and then you see Sophie just literally doesn't do that. But Sophie clearly can do that because Sophie is capable of being extremely fast. Like, they showed that at the events. What I would prefer is that Sophie always takes the best line, but is maybe a bit slower at getting on the throttle, brakes a little bit early. I think I would find it quite difficult to oversteer this car as well, which is interesting because they're one to be in oversteering, which maybe indicates like how little power this has comparatively. Oh, that's deep from me. That could be costly, because I'm not sure we're going to do this now. Will GT7 ever come to PC? I don't think so. I don't know, but I don't think so. Alright, let's see. Back straight, maybe. I'll send it here. Oh, is there space in the apex? There is for Sophie. I like that. I really like that. The fact that I went deep and Sophie punished me. Now, do we try and dive up the inside here? That's a good battle. That's a good battle at the end. I like that. At what difficult driving? This is the hardest possible difficulty. This is like 5 chilies or something. In the slowest car. Okay, I like that at the end. The cutback. That was good. I don't think the parking it was intentional because it had a very slow line through the last corner every time. But I like the cutback because that is a good sparring partner, because that shows people, if you're a bit newer to racing, that if you do a dive bomb and you go past the apex, the other driver can cut you back. So I really like that. Welcome Nathan Alivesta, 1871. What's up? It's been a while. Hope life's good for you. Good luck in today's race. Thank you very much. Good to see you again. Dag, I think this is just for casual people. They can win. Maybe. Oh, I don't want to do Fuji. I don't like Fuji. And I don't really like Autopolis, but... Whoa, 6 laps of Autopolis. To be fair, that's an interesting lineup of cars there. With that Porsche. Is that Porsche actually in this one? I mean, this car is significantly slower. Significantly. And also, has anyone ever commented on how bizarrely stupid the prize money increase is? It's a 10%. It's like... They're clearly trying to incentivize drivers to choose a slower car because you get paid more money. But no one in their right mind really, I think, would sacrifice that amount of performance for just an extra 10%. Like the risk that you lose a couple of positions is just too high with just a 10% difference. It's not even 10%, it's less than 10%. If someone does the maths, I reckon that's like, what is that? Is that 9% or something? Someone who's better than maths than me. But it's just like bizarre. I really don't like this rolling in of difficulty in having a slower car. But anyway, welcome Cameron. GTI. I mean, this car, I'm surprised the performance stats are that close. I mean, this car is slower in the quarter mile, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me at all. This car also has 0 rotational G. I need to make myself invisible. This car has 0 rotational G. Like, does that mean that it just doesn't get up to 75 miles an hour? Because it's already taking 32 seconds to do the 0.6 mile. So the fact it doesn't have a score for rotational G at 75 really worries me that this car is like very, very, very slow. And we look at the horsepower on the left-hand side as well. Power to rate is not bad. Okay, I'm going to choose this out of curiosity. Yeah, I bet you no one has mentioned the 10% because it's like there's not enough interest in like that deep analysis of stuff in sim racing. But to me, I find that bizarre. Dag's still racing the 1 hour race at Spa. I made a video on this 4 years ago, I think, where I said I find it disrespectful that people have to grind the same race to get credits. Like, it would be more enjoyable if you could choose the races you wanted to do and still get credits. Larry, I watched your show last night. You asked about making a prototype wheel of the base T598. I'm wondering if I started a way to wrap the plastic. So what are you looking plastic on the front, or are you looking rim? What plastic? Because yeah, we are coming up with stuff. Are you talking about the front? Nathan, I'm glad you're talking about it because I was questioning it myself. The rotational G. This car is going to be absurdly slow. So Suarez is in it. Let's see what Suarez does. The plastic top. Yeah, so something we really want to do is we want to do things that involve grips, but we have no way of doing injection molding. Spider. Not a spider on my screen. We have no way of doing injection molding. So, but we've actually been doing some stuff today. Here's some stuff today. Welcome, Kristen1. Hope you're well. Fan on a bit. Right, what's Suarez up to? Now, Suarez's first sector doesn't give me hope. I'm going to be honest. 3D printing. Honestly, I just feel like I don't like hard grips. So I could make grips. I could 3D print grips, okay, and I could have indents in them and screw them through. So I could do that, but you can kind of do TPU. But for me, I really like soft grips. I actually would like to go softer than most companies are going. So, but then you need to injection mold it onto the rim, and we don't have a way of doing that. So if anyone's got a spare injection molder, then hit me up. Chris, I saw your vid on the low cell brakes. Yes, and I've got more videos to do that on as well. There's more videos. Like, this is not good use of people's time. So Suarez is 12 seconds slower, and we're going to start from the back. So I have a feeling that our handicap in this race is not Sophie difficulty, it's how slow the car is going to be. And I'm not really sure what I'm gaining from that, to be honest. Can I explain as well? Okay. I like, for example, in Forza Motorsport 3, I like taking a car and I like tuning it and racing it in higher classes. In Gran Turismo 7, I turned the Suzuki Cappuccino into a Group 4 car. Okay. So I like taking the Suzuki Cappuccino and tuning it and upgrading it and racing Group 4 cars because there's a personal story. You take a car that you have, okay, you upgrade it and you race it against faster cars, so you're like real underdog story and you have like a involvement there. I have no interest really, to be honest with you, in choosing a slow car here that I have no affinity with just to make it more difficult. It really doesn't. That really doesn't interest me, and that might be for my real racing stuff. Like, you know, if I went real racing, and these scenarios are all stupid, but because it's a stupid situation with the way they've done it. But like, if I went real racing and I put it on pole by like 2 seconds, and they were like, "Oh, do you want us to restrict your car a little bit?" I'd be like, "No, just I'll go out and I'll try and, you know, do fast lap times." And do you know what I mean? Are you okay? Thanks, Starfox. Oh yeah, sorry. I shouldn't wait on the screen because we still got to do all this. I would rather, like someone said in chat, the Forza way where I take that car, the car that I want to drive. For me, all three of the car's choices should be kind of equally tuned, so you have three good choices. I think it's demeaning to like the car that they tune slower. But let's go. This is going to be horrendous off the line, surely. Ooh, not bad. We're outdragging the B2. Take that, pal. Interesting driving line here. Nice. Again, this does feel like a nicely tuned car. Like that, something about that gear shift. There's no loss in speed. Like the gear shifting in this car, it should be a mess, right? Look at this. It's got a naughty turbo on it as well. Naughty. Oh. It's like F1, you just show up and get in the car they give you. What, is that the F1 movie? Is Ferrand in the same one as us? Come on! Oh man, oh boy. No, where's Captain? Look at the way this lovely just pivots there, like, that's really nice. I've never had a car that ever has done that before. Just pivot mid-corner like full throttle. Can you get rid of the names? I don't even know. Right, this is going to be... Yep, that didn't work. That did not work. Luckily, it looks like the pack is all bunched together. Okay, not too much overrun. Can you buy his cars in a power pack and use them? No. There are some cars you win. There are some cars... Oh no. What a line that is. Basically on two wheels. Alright, Ferrand. Getting you again. But this race, in this car stock, in Gran Turismo, would be very, very, very boring and frustrating. But the car is tuned nicely. Yeah, I don't think there's enough cars in the race for multi-class. I think they need to have 32 cars in the race and then have some multi-class. I mean, I'd love to have some LMDHs zipping around here. That'd be awesome. Oh god. Gets tight on the exit here, doesn't it? Is that the Goodyear blimp, or did Goodyear stop sponsoring or something? Gran Turismo gets through more tyre partners than Taylor Swift gets through partners. Let's be honest. I don't know what it is, like, are Gran Turismo like really difficult to work with for the tyre partners? We've had, who have we had? We've had, haven't we had Bridgestone, Michelin, Dunlop? Have we had someone else as well? But again, I don't really know what I'm achieving here, because I'm not responsible for tuning the car. I'm not allowed to tune the car or even see what tune I've got, frankly. It's a bit weird. And so I don't know if I just have a massively slower car than everyone else, in which case what am I achieving here? Goodyear. No, I don't think Pirelli have been in. It's the Dunlop Dirigible. Is Dirigible another name for airship? And now I don't really want to do this race in the fastest car because it's like I've had a boring experience. Like, this has been the most boring experience. So for me, ideally, I would like to go through the whole power pack experience at an appropriate difficulty level for me, and the replayability is that I can use 3 different cars for each race. Come on! You know what, after this, we are gonna do the race in the fastest car, and we'll just see, like, if there's any difference in that Peugeot. Okay, that strategy of I thought I'd put my wheel in the rut and it would gracefully drag me round, and I got it all wrong. Let's do it in the Peugeot. Oh. Oh, Sarah, don't stop chatting, please. I don't think with this AI you can start at the back, expect to be on chili. Yeah, we did. We did it in Le Mans. We did the hardest chili in Le Mans. It's literally, that car is so slow. That car is so slow. Let's see here. Let's see how the Peugeot is. I don't think it's middle of the road, because it depends how the cars have been tuned. Like, that car didn't even have a rotational G score. Do I ever use H pattern? No, I don't use H pattern. Actually, I don't use sequential for rally because I turn it into a handbrake. So I'm a paddle shifter dude. I don't understand the process in which you make this and don't add in a skip qualifying button. Like, I genuinely don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand, like, if I was playing this pre-release, I would say there really needs to be a skip qualifying button, in my opinion, because people are just going to be sitting here. It's almost like people just... I feel like people are afraid to give feedback or something. Not using H pattern should be a crime. Blitzkrieg been using your H pattern for the classics, very nice. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like people don't give feedback. Same with Project Motor Racing. I gave all the feedback that's now everyone's complaining these things haven't been addressed. But surely if everyone gave that feedback, they would know and they would have addressed it. But Star Fury difficulty should be after qualifying with something like pit lane start. Yeah. Also, every other racing game on proper PC sim racing game these days has a difficulty percentage slider. So it's very suspicious that there isn't one here. You do the qualifying. So at our previous race at Nordschleife, like I genuinely don't see that it would have taken 16 minutes to do that qualifying. That would have resulted in us having a more boring race, but let's see. So Suarez is in our car we had last time. Why am I gravitating there as well? What am I doing? This car has so much more grunt. It's unreal. To be fair, Suarez has got some kind of rocket as well. But I don't think it's on... I mean, this is such a nice car to drive, I have to say. Oh, no way. This car is a dream. The other thing is, if you're just going to make the difficulty through the how slow the cars are, you don't need Sophie 3.0. You're just doing success ballast. I haven't noticed any AI differences. But you're watching the same streams. Let me know if you see anything different. If this has less horsepower than stock, I find that even more impressive because it's just tuned so nicely. Oh my days. Oh my days. Now the RCZ is the best Peugeot. RCZ is inarguably the best Peugeot ever made. There's never been a car that looks from Peugeot that looks as good as the RCZ. So we're significantly quicker in this Peugeot. Well, actually, can someone have a look at our lap times? Does someone mind having a look at the lap times when we go over and comparing them? Because that will be really interesting. Because I think we had a good first and second lap, didn't we, in the previous race, if I remember? Or did we have a mistake somewhere? So that's a 2:44 opening lap. It just glides through there, like, considering there's no turbo, it's kind of insane. Shift happens. Who put that shift happens one on there? It's still got the Michelin logo on! That must be an illegal livery. What Michelin have been scrubbed from the game? Your first lap in the Fiat was a 2:51. So we're 6 seconds quicker. And it feels like we're probably 6 seconds up the road, or 7 seconds up the road from where we were. So it feels like the AI difficulty hasn't changed much, and it's more to do with the car. It's my assessment. They don't make cars like this anymore. Look how much we just gained on his Al there, it's insane. Your last lap was a 2:40, but you spanned during that lap. Oh, the second lap. Okay, yeah, yeah. Did we spin here? Did we spin here on the first lap or the second lap? I think we spun here on the first lap. So maybe last lap, maybe the second lap from the previous race was good. That's the same issue I have on the big relay race that leads us to Rocket. Which race is that? Which race is that at Big Willow? Only the biggest of willows allowed. By the way, his Al is so clear here of like all the other cars. Hazard's got some mad line there. Some mad line. So what I would say is that if I'd driven the Peugeot first, okay, and let's say we come first, it's not a guarantee to be honest, but we did start from the back, but let's say we come first, and let's say the race is enjoyable, I can see the attraction thinking, okay, now I'm going to try it with a slower car. Like, I can see that as a mechanic. But the experience I had in this race in the slower car was just not as fun, because it just felt like my car was artificially slow compared to the competition. Welcome, Bearded Collector UK. I mean, if that doesn't describe our fan base, then... But then that doesn't quite work as much if you have really long races. Like, what if you do the 24-hour race and you realise 3 hours in that actually it's going to be impossible for me to win because this third car is too slow down the straight? So I just don't see that as being fun in anyone's book. Oh, but to be fair, I don't really like Alsace anyway. Big Alsace. I would much prefer to have a career mode. I'm not being funny here. I'd much prefer to have a career mode with Sarah, right? And like, you know, there's some RPG element and like you gotta impress Sarah, or like, you know, you got an inbox with like fans and management and agents. Like, it makes you feel like you're a racing driver, like becoming famous. I would much rather there's elements like that. I think that would be cool. Dag, I think this is poorly designed, especially the fact you can't skip scuff. Like, the stuff Sarah's doing here, I think a race engineer should be doing. And there should be another aspect to this, right? There should be another tab which is like your profile, and like maybe you get more followers or something, you get more sponsors as you complete more of these races. Let's say actually, rather than these stars, which I don't understand, to do the 24-hour Nürburgring, you need to get enough sponsors to sponsor you to enter that race because there's an entry fee. And let's say that if you crash your car, the damage, like, you have to explain to your sponsors, or maybe some sponsors are more have an issue with damage and others don't, etc. Maybe you have to hire a team as well. Like, you can hire better engineers that give you better insight. Like, there's so much interesting stuff you could do. So like, I honestly don't even think we're close with. I think this is so bare bones. I think this is the bare minimum that you could do, because it is essentially a selection of. I'll show you what it is. I'll show you exactly what it is. Yeah, you should be able to save the endurance race, otherwise it doesn't make any sense. What it is basically this, okay? It's basically this 50 times. That's what it is. It's basically this 50 times. And then you get some stars. Like, it's very bare bones, I think. And I think I think for a lot of people it's still worth it, because it's better content than you get in the cafe. Let's see this revamped weekly challenge. You know, for me, this doesn't make a lot of sense, because again, am I the only person talking about this? Complete 5 events, you get 500,000. But if you do the time trial, which the vast majority are, I think a lot of people are capable of getting good times on the time trial because of the way they do the buffers, you get way more credits. So it's all like out of sync. And people aren't doing that still. They're still grinding. You know, to here for one lap within 20% of the lead time, which I think is vast majority of people will do that, you get 500,000 credits, or you can do all 5 of those weekly challenges, which is a much bigger time commitment. So again, if you're incentivizing people through, you know, they feel like they need to incentivize people. That's why they have the rewards. So it's no secret that they need to incentivize people. People aren't doing it on their own accord, but it doesn't stack up. So McGurk and Tucker with touring cars worked that out. The juice not worth the squeeze, in my opinion. The juice here not worth the squeeze. The last thing I want in racing is deal with office politics. Well, then do the weekly challenges. Do the weekly challenges then. Anyway, I just feel like there could be so many more layers to this. There could be so many more layers. Stop chatting to me, please. Free credits. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Ah, yeah, now we're talking. Ah. Okay. Then we go to Dumas. Okay, let's do this. Don't mind if I do at all. This is right up my street. How stupid is this, man? So you got the... you have a 2016 911 GT3 RS, or you can choose a 1973, so it's like 50 years older. You can choose a 50-year-old 911 that apparently has exactly the same tuning for top speed. It doesn't make sense. Let's do it. Let's try it. Let's go for it. The war drums. The war drums are playing. Okay, let's see what happens. Starfree wishful thinking. I kind of say if you mold one AI rival. Yeah, like the Pokemon games. Exactly. And I'd like if from a user perspective, for most people, it just adapts to you and it's Sophie. But there might be an option somewhere where you can go behind, you can go to a dashboard and you can see how advanced your Sophie is on average, like compared to everyone else's Sophie. You can see like maybe on like a star diagram, like where your Sophie is strong and weak, etc. You can have some advice to you, like, you know, try overtaking Sophie more, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, I agree. Do you know if they changed bop? I think they said they changed. Did they say they changed some tuning? To be fair, I could fall asleep listening to this. I really like those sounds. They're nice. I actually just want to clip those and put them together without the beeps. Group 3 bop online. They changed Group 3 bop online just randomly. Also, imagine these races if there was dynamic weather on every track. That'd be pretty cool. The sound of F1 cars puts your wife to sleep. Very handy. Imagine me actually doing that on the grid, IRL. Group 3 are lighter now. Does that mean they get affected by curbs more? Oh, mate. That has to be one of the best overtakes in actual history. Look how slow my car is. It's just weird. Tyre wear. Yeah, tyre wear must be better. You have zero chance winning this race. If I win this race, I think you need to donate 99p. That's the bet. That's the bet. You said 0% chance. Oh no. The 99p just flashed before my eyes there. Are we gaining on the leaders or losing the leaders? Oh my god. Okay, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. This race only. Restarts don't count. It's this race only. I'm not sure we're gaining. Yeah, we're definitely not gaining. So how late can we brake? 3 laps to go. I reckon it's doable, you know. Whoa, that's tough. What if Star Fox gets? He makes me look stupid. 'Cause he wins the bet. He makes me look stupid for accepting the bet. I mean, that braking was just perfection. Maybe I need to dream. See, this has made this like very much more exciting, with the addition of some illegal sports betting. So maybe this game just needs pink slips. Oh, we gained a position, but we're not gaining on the leaders. You usually need to qualify for 3 Chile. Let's see. It's a fast lap. I think the second chicane we can gain quite a bit. That's aggressive. That's aggressive. I'm going to lose time on exit. They are battling though. It's 99p riding on this. Ah, that oversteer. If you lose this bet, you're suing Kaz. I reckon if I had a save point here and I could restart, it's doable. Like from here. That's curtains. That's curtains, I reckon. I needed that save point. I needed that save point. I reckon from that moment, if I'd driven perfectly... No, I can't straight line the chicane. That's not fair. That's not right. What a weird braking phase from that Porsche. You tried Project Motor Racing F-Zero feel? Yeah, it's very confusing. Have a look back at our videos from the Sim Racing Expo if it makes sense. Oh, he's doing the Sergio Perez roll. He's on the payroll, Polura. The Spanish Minister of Defense here. Yeah, but I'm a man of honor. That's the thing. I'm a man of honor. Whoa! This is definitely winnable. I think from that moment, I said, from this moment, it's winnable. But it does feel a bit silly, because he is in a 911 G3 RS, and I'm in like this ancient one. I don't think double or nothing. That's not fair. I think I've lost that bet. But I do want to do it again. I do want to do it again, and see if I can win no quali. because that kind of annoys me because I feel like I could. Although we were 6.5 seconds off, so it might not be possible. It might not be possible. Yeah, maybe first gear out of chicane. Welcome, Duffy. Barbados rainy like the UK. That's what they say, you know, about the classic Barbados weather there. Right. Thing is, my first corner in the race was so good. My first corner was so good. I don't think I can replicate that. Yeah, Star Fox won the bet. It was a one-sided bet as well, to be fair. Okay, let me know in the chat. Let me know whether you think I can win this race from the back. Having seen all of that, let me know whether I can win or not. Because honestly, I feel like I can only gain into... I feel like I can only gain into the first corner, and I can gain into and out of the second chicane. Otherwise, otherwise, I think my car's just too slow everywhere else. What a fantastic gameplay mechanic, just sit here. Larry says, honestly, no, sorry. Control Garage second and 0.8 off. Upstorm, I think it's possible. You're on your way. The thing is, at that moment, I had so much momentum. At that moment, if that was like betting, that's where people cash out, right? Should do. Ah. Polura as well. Welcome Brian Bad from Denmark, hitting well. Dag says you need to qualify at least 5th to win. Thing is, I like making meta challenges out of stuff. Didn't we used to do bingo? Didn't we used to do on the endurance races, like we would do bingo, right? Like certain things that could happen. Okay. How much is 99p? Roughly is about $1. Very roughly. In absolute terms, not in relative terms. I hasten to add. $42 Thai baht. There we go. So first corner is critical. Yeah, the gearbox is so nicely tuned that I can come out of there in first gear. Normally I wouldn't come out of there in first gear because the gearbox, the gear shift from first to second would cost me more. But this has got a really nice gearbox, as a lot of the cars do. We got to get past the gatekeeper, Polura. Doable, but only with shenanigans. No, I think it's doable. I think it's doable. I think it's doable. Come on. Especially as we'll have slip, right? Oh my days, Polura, what is that? The funny thing is about Polura's car is so much quicker, clearly. So he's been like constrained by like some AI constraint, but that car is so ridiculously quick. Like, what's he doing back there now? Okay. Let's go, Kirith. Yeah, let's go, Black Cat. Whoa! 3 seconds off. Look, there's big pole. Okay, come on. This is going to be insane braking. Ready? Bit deep. Bit deep. Brake checked. Brake checked. We move. No! No! I want to do this. I actually want to do this. I actually want to do it. This is definitely possible. This is definitely possible, but you can't have any mistakes. Hmm. Hmm. I feel like the key is actually going to be to get into the slipstream of the lead driver. I actually feel like that might be the key. Okay, this is ridiculously fun for me. Braking too late for T1. I think that last corner, that last lap, I think we might have nailed it. No, we're not going to qualify. We're not going to qualify. So who's leading the race? Is it Serrano? What's Serrano in? What car is Serrano even in? Again to the perfect P1. I think we did so well at the beginning, honestly, but then is he in a 996? So I'm trying to work out where he might be weak, where he might be strong. Also, are we on soft tyres, right? We're on softs. I presume we're on softs. Inestrova's attempt. Yeah, that cost us a little bit. I think when I went off at Parabolica, honestly. When I went off at Parabolica, that was the main killer. That was the main one, for sure. But that last lap I was gaining. And also I was too deep in turn 1, I think. Second lap and third lap, maybe. Oh, if Inestrosa could have out-qualified Serrano, that would have helped as well, maybe. He's in the GT3. Okay. Person nav to track racer. Oh, that's a good. That's good. That's huge on Facebook Marketplace. Blitzkrieg. The power is $49 US. Yeah, it depends. This is fun. This is the most fun I've had in the Power Pack. Why? I'm at my favourite circuit. I'm in a really nicely tuned car, and I'm just ignoring the meta of the game. Maybe this is the intentional meta. Okay. Come on. That's going to be helpful. We can just slide around here. Yes. That's huge. That's huge. Lost an exit there because I didn't want to hit him. I think we get close and then ride that. Think on our feet there. Go on, push us, Killian. Oh, Inestrosa. Battling with him. Battling with Serrano. Go on. Go on. Come on. No space for you. No space for you. Got to execute this to perfection. P1! Get in there! Get in there! P1! That's what I'm talking about. P1! Huge! Take that, Sophie. Take that. Human still got it, bro. Human still got it. These AIs turning up. Ah, we're the best racing AI. Woo! Bosh. By the way, that is probably the best advert for Sony Sophie AI there's ever been, right? Woo! Because I've actually raced Josetti in real life, in GT. So that's very good. It also shows how broken Sophie is. Let me show you the stats. Up 10 positions. Oh, thanks, Core Garage. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Put your claps in the chat, everyone. Let's put our claps in the chat for Control Garage. Thanks so much for the £2 donation. I appreciate it. And space for the initial suggestion, because that simultaneously shows how good Sophie AI is, because that's the best racing against AI you will ever see on today's date in the world, I think. But also, they had to put Sophie in a 911 G3 RS and me in like a 50-year-old car. However, it worked. Like, that was, to me, that was like old school touring cars when they had like the little Mini Coopers and the big Jaguars. Do you know what I mean? It actually doesn't get better than that, I don't think. That difficulty is obviously perfect for me. That difficulty is perfect for me. So if I could kind of have that every race, I guess, and know that I'm being stretched. And I feel the other thing that I like is I feel like I had to become a better driver to achieve that. Because over the course of the races we did, I had to become a better driver. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's have a look. I want to see this turn one. Turn one seemed a bit insane. Welcome, Deja Vu. Oh, I'm buzzing. That was the hardest difficulty, by the way, Dan. Win from the back. It can be done. That was intense. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed that as much as an online race, which is very high praise from me. 2 gold chilies. Oh. Do we go in Old Faithful? Do we go in Old Faithful? Do you know what's also terrible? Is that I don't believe I can drive... Ah, I thought they were going to give it to me. I don't believe I can drive that car in the rest of Gran Turismo. I would love to do now, for example, even go to open lobbies, and we can do open lobbies at Monza in that car. But we can't. Because you can't even see the tune. It's what an overachiever looks like. See, now I have an affiliation with this car. Say you'd qualified, do you think you could have a good race in the front too? I think if I'd qualified, I think in that one I probably could have done, because at least the leaders would be in each other's slip and stuff. Which is an interesting perspective, because then you're like, well, are you only really racing a few cars in this race? Because the field spread is so high. Welcome, Keegan. Does that make sense? I was only ever racing 2 cars in that race, pretty much. See, I like this persistence as well. There's a persistence here, where now it's like, yeah, I want to be... I hope that Josetti is also qualifying first in this race, and it feels like, okay, I'm in a battle here with Josetti, and this is quite memorable. Like, I'll actually remember this stuff. But if Josetti's gone purple. So hopefully the order of the cars here is also pretty similar, with like big pole up there as well. Oh, yeah, pole's here, pole's here. You know what? You know what? I'm going to set quali. I'm going to set quali. I think if I want to win in this car, I don't think I can afford to not take quali. Lovely bit of clear air. Whoa! Okay. Okay. All the camber changes in this car. It's not going to be a massive fan of it. Whoa. Ooh. PS5 only, PS5 only. And PS5 Professional, exactly. Yeah, it's not strictly PS5 only, it's PS5 and PS5 Professional. The engine in the back, yeah, famously. Welcome, Kingling. Good to see so many members, by the way. It's awesome. I feel like we've got a really good members community at the moment, which I really appreciate. It's really cool. Whoa! The curves are going to be a random influence. Yeah, they're going to be an equalizer. Whoa. Whoa. My days, man. Gonna be well quicker. Gonna be well quicker. Second quicker than Josetti. Second quicker. See, now am I going to regret qualifying? Let's see. So you'd expect Josetti to dive up our inside here. instinctively reach for the skip button. Game Awards tonight. Am I nominated? Stream of the year? Whoa! Don't. Oh, here we go. First roll of the dice. Mate. Fair play. Fair play. I rate that. I rate that. I'd do exactly the same thing. The game advertisements. Is that what it is? This time last year then, YouTube invited me. They did a swanky thing in London. They invited me to a watch-along of the Game Awards, right, in London, which I went to. It's really cool. And the awards were at 3 AM or something. So we're in this club at like 3 AM watching the Game Awards. Classic YouTube. And it just seemed like a load of trailers. Diamond formation. Break formation. Oh, that's... Oh, expertly handled, if I do say so myself. Who's my Pit for Nation manufacturers? We'll have a look. Whoa! Sometimes. Braking is so thrilling in this car. Coming up here and having to handle, like, when you put the foot down, like, it's so much fun, man. Very nicely balanced car, I have to say. Let's see what happens through here. Oh no. Oh no. Feels like my tyres are overheated or something. Whoa. P1. We know what time it is. We know what time it is. P1. Nice. Ah. Nice, nice, nice. 20 stars. Sarah's just like so impressed right now. I made my new cockpit ready in the Fanatec running. Thanks for showing it when I asked. I made motivated. Very nice. Yes. Yes. Pole, fastest lap, clean race, and first as well. Huge. Yeah, not sure that is a win from the back race. Good point. There we go, P1. We need to get a P1 custom emoji, don't we? What was my fastest lap? To be fair, my fastest lap was a second faster than theirs, so that seems to add up. Thanks, Spaceman. Thanks, Blacker. That seems to add up. So what do I prefer? Chasing down a car for the win or being chased? I like if I make a mistake, I'm going to be overtaken. I like that. I don't like if I'm so far ahead it doesn't matter. That's a shame because I don't want this one. I want that car I was driving. I would like that car I was driving. Level up. Did I just buy that car again? What actually just happened there? What actually just happened? I have no idea what happened. GT1, 12 laps. Okay, I think maybe what I'll do is I might make a video now on stream of my predictions for manufacturers and the viewers campaign. Should we do that? Okay, I'm going to do it. So I'll do it as if it's a video. It'll go out as a video. How do I start this intro? Okay, ready? 2 million Gran Turismo credits if you get these predictions correctly. We're going to go through and see who to predict, as I've just been blinded here. So 1 million credits for Manufacturers Cup, 1 million credits for Nations Cup. So let's go Manufacturers Cup. At the moment, I think the likes of Josetti, I think with Porsche have been so quick, but I'm going to let you know. So BMW, it's going to be the final round in Japan. So it looks like there's going to be all three drivers. I don't really rate this team that much, to be honest, compared to other teams. So I'm not going to vote for BMW. AMG has been a solid manufacturer in the past. They've got Benelli in there. But I actually massively don't rate this team, so I would not vote for this team if you want a million credits. Sorry. Lamborghini, I do not rate this team, so I'm not going to vote for Lamborghini. Lexus have got Mangano. Mangano's been quality in the past, and Kawakami. This could be a dark horse. It could be a dark horse here, but I'm not going to vote for them. I'm not going to vote for Lexus. Porsche, oh my god. Josetti, Inestrosa. At the moment, I'm going to say vote for Porsche. Because this is just like Serrano, Inestrosa is a stacked lineup, and Porsche have done really well in the past as well. I'm sure Josetti won per Porsche in the Manufacturers' Cup previously. I'm sure. It's not showing it there. Toyota, we got KIRETH'S. I don't really rate this team, unfortunately. So I'm not going to go Toyota, even though it's a strong manufacturer. So I'm not going to go Toyota. Nissan, I don't really rate this team. Some of these teams look very weak compared to previous seasons. Not saying the drivers are actually weak, but in terms of the big teams and drivers we've seen before, they're not in the big manufacturers. I wouldn't vote for Nissan. Mazda, Polura, and Cockburn, that's a pretty big team. So in Mazda, thing is, you don't really know if Mazda's going to have a good car. So at the moment, I think it's between Porsche and Mazda. You could vote for either. It's probably between Polura and Josetti, who's the fastest driver in the world right now. That's a stacked team. Ferrari, don't rate this team, unfortunately. Sorry. McLaren, don't rate this team either. Sorry. Honda, they've got Valerio Gallo in there, but they haven't really got a stacked team alongside him. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to vote for Honda, though it's great to see Valerio Gallo still there. And then Subaru, oh my god, I'm voting Subaru. Miyazono and Drummond. And then they've got Daniel Solis. Now, Daniel Solis, if I remember at the last live event, he binned his car, and I might be wrong, but it felt like he basically gave up. I think that was the one in LA or Berlin or something. So, Solis here, a lot of experience, two-time manufacturer's champion. If Solis can bring it to the party, Drummond, Miyazono, I'm going to vote for Subaru. So I'm going to vote for Subaru. So my recommendation would be Subaru, but also I would say you could also vote for Mazda, and you could also vote for Porsche. I reckon voting for anyone else is a waste of time. You're going to lose your credits. Okay, Let's go to drivers now. Let's have a look at drivers. Nations Cup. Okay, so it's individual here. Individual. This now I'm seeing more stacked drivers, let's be honest. Miyazono, rarely do you bet against Miyazono, especially the finals in the X 2019. Kylian Drummond, Josetti, that 3 already is like mouth-watering. Don't rate Lebusle in that same tier, to be honest. Gallo as well. Can't write out Gallo. Polura, I think, has the highest win ratio of any driver in live events. And he it just pressure doesn't get to him. Pressure doesn't get to him. If this was a nations team with Josetti and Polura, remember Coque Lopez is retired from Gran Turismo. I think he said that there's just not enough money in Gran Turismo esports, so he's off doing more lucrative things. So you could vote Polura. I wouldn't vote anyone else here. Maybe you could vote Inestrosa. So for me, I'm going to be voting Miyazono. I don't think you can. It's risky to not vote for Miyazono, but basically Miyazono, Kylian Drummond, Josetti, and Polura. So fingers crossed you get your credits. What do we think, chat? Good video? How many views do you reckon that will get? How many views do you reckon it will get? 300? And then the viewer campaign as well. Oh, there's a World Series balloon. There's a World Series balloon. Dag says yes. What's the daily race saying? What's the daily race saying? Let's see. All the views from Sophie bots. YouTube bots. There's a Gran Turismo YouTuber who bots, by the way. It's an open secret. Ooh, that's a bit of a tasty combo. That's a bit of a tasty combo. Okay, maybe we'll come back tomorrow and have a look at the Super GTs up here. 203. What's the global saying? It's not a bad time for Super GT. It's not a bad time. Top 500. Pretty stat. I bet everyone's come out for it. 3.7k views. 3.7k views sounds realistic, to be fair. So that I could have just made £10. That could be £10 from advertising, just for 5 minutes of recording and a little bit of editing. So I'm not going to say no to that, and hopefully very helpful as well. Race A is pure chaos. Is it DRSR? Oh, it's DRSR. That's an SR killer, isn't it? Isn't that a certified SR killer? That must be certified SR killer. Yeah, maybe we'll come back tomorrow and stream. Maybe we'll stream that. What I might do is I might make a video of that Monza thing we did and just kind of show GT Sophie. I might also make a GT Sophie video with some more thoughts based on what we did today, which has been cool. And then maybe I'll stream tomorrow and maybe a bit over the weekend on the daily races. But I'd probably prefer to do lobbies there than the daily races, to be honest. I'd probably rather learn it in the lobbies. But we'll see. And lots coming on the channel. Lots coming on Formula Fan TV as well. Keep an eye out for Formula Fan TV stuff, because there's so much happening. And please remember to vote for me in the Autosport Awards. Apparently you can vote every day. So just share it with all your mates as well. Can I do a video on Rensport? I'd love to, but I've got Rensport here on the PlayStation. But it's just a question of time. Thanks, Flacker. How do you think Williams is going to do? I think it's up for grabs. I'm hoping there'll be reliability issues next season. It'll kind of mix it up a little bit. I think that'd be cool. But we may be doing some cool stuff next season with Formula One. Like some very cool stuff. Fingers crossed. On the back of all the support everyone's given. There's Flacker's got the link. I'll pin it. So if you don't mind, everyone, just hitting that link, voting for me in the Autosport Awards. You can vote for your favourite driver and everything as well. and share it with your mates, because who knows? Who knows? Because I think we have a very tight-knit community, and I just wonder, like, I wonder if when I'm like, oh, please vote, I wonder if people actually do. Maybe more than other channels. And we'll find out. I kind of want the voting tallies to be public. That'd be super cool. But we'll see. But yeah, thanks everyone. It's been a really fun stream. Really enjoyed it. Coming back to the Power Pack. And yeah, lots more content coming. I'll see you later.